started yesterday, but we kind of ran on time. So we got part of it done, and Caden was gone, so we'll kind of fill him in. So Caden, yesterday we learned that a map has a map scale. And on the map scale, it will tell us how far apart towns or different places or different things are on a map. And every map scale can be different. Some map scales might be like 1 inch is equal to a mile. But when we looked at our maps yesterday and we saw the United States map, an inch wasn't a mile. Who remembers how much that inch was? Wyatt? 50 miles. So an inch on that map was 50 miles. When we looked at the world map, how much was that inch, John?
500 and something.
500 miles, exactly. 500 miles. So we always have to look at our map scale
Seeing how big
and then see how much that inch is equal to. Okay? So today, you can use the map scale on this map to figure out the distance in Jefferson County. Or sometimes, guys, if you don't have a ruler handy, you maybe could do a piece of paper and you can measure on that piece of paper an inch and then use that paper. Now, that's going to be kind of hard and tricky to teach you because I first just want to teach you how to use a ruler. Turn your chair around, please. You're scraping mine. Thank you. Okay, now, the first thing we need to do, number 1, is measure the distance between Island City and Center City. How many inches is it? So I'm going to put the end of my ruler where the 0 is at. I'm going to put that on Island City, which is down here. And I'm going to make my ruler go up to Center City. So watch Mrs. Murphy. And you're going to do the same. Okay? Journey, did you have a question? We might have, so we're going to do it again. Right? Yeah. Right. I think you're right. Probably. It's okay, we're going to do it again for practice, especially since Katie wasn't here. Okay, so guys, how many inches did you get? Because Journey thinks that we did this yesterday. I think he's right. How many inches is it from Island City to Center City? Everybody?
1!
1. So down here, number 1, it's going to ask you how many inches is it? So on that line, you're going to put a 1. Now, this is an easy question. So, how many miles apart would Island City and Center City be? That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Kaden, what do you think?
59 miles?
No.
Woo.
Kaden, look. 1 inch is equal to 1 mile. So if you have 1 inch, they're how far apart?
1 mile.
1 mile. So then on the line, we just have to write a 1. We can label them inches and miles, and really we probably should be doing that. But you can definitely just put the 1.
Once you get more advanced measuring, wouldn't that be like 1 inch and something?
They might have like 1.5 inches, and then you'd have to figure that out. Yep.
Yeah, 'cause that was not an inch.
What's that?
That would be an inch and something.
It could be more.
Mine was
Yours is? It should be just an inch. Mine was just an inch.
No, mine was like an inch.
Yeah, mine was.
No, mine was almost an inch and a half.
Mine was directly.
Yeah, I guess I see what you're saying.
Mine was. That's like a.
Yeah.
It's like,
If you go, the key is if you go from this point to this point, it's actually pretty much an inch. But if you actually have your ruler go start down here and go up here, then it is a little bit longer.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah, yeah, it's okay. But you were right. You're right.
this
Really.
one, this.
Okay. So today we're just going to be kind of like about as close as we can to the nearest inch, okay? All right, now, how many inches apart are Beach Town and Capital City? So on your map, find Beach Town and put your end of your ruler at the 0, if you have a 0, on Beach Town. And the other one city. So beach town is up here. Capital city is way over here. So look where Mrs. Murphy's going. Even though I can't use my ruler up here, I'm showing you what to do on your paper. So yeah, perfect.
2 miles.
What would that be?
Yeah, it's basically 2 miles.
Mine is 6 miles.
Should be 6. You're using centimeters, buddy. You gotta use inches. And I know we haven't talked about that yet, but you're on the wrong side of the ruler. Now, that's a good point. We haven't talked about rulers yet. That's coming up after our time chapter. So very soon, like next week or the week after. Mason accidentally had the other side of the ruler. And that's centimeters. Now he had 6 centimeters.
Oh.
That's fine, but is that what we want? Do we want centimeters? No.
That's technically 2 inches.
Yeah, 6 centimeters is about 2 inches. You're right. So guys, if we measure in inches, how many inches is it? 2. So on this line down here, we have to cut. It actually has 2 questions. We have to put how many inches is it? So Mrs. Murphy's gonna write 2 inches.
2 inches. 2.
And I'm gonna show you something. If you want to abbreviate and make inches short, you write IN period. Now if you don't put the period, it looks like the word in. So not 2 in, 2 inches, which equals 2 miles. Because they're asking how many miles is that? Well, 2 inches is 2 miles. And I'm just gonna put the equal sign. You don't have to put the equal sign, but you do need to write 2 inches, 2 miles. Because there was 2 questions there.
Wait, how is that 2 questions?
Because it says, how many inches apart are beach town and capital city? Question. How many miles apart are they? Question. There's 2 question marks, so 2 things we must answer. Okay, number 3. How many inches apart are Forest City and Center City? So put the end of your ruler on the inches side at Forest City. And I'm going to use Carson's because I don't want to make mine disappear. But Forest City is right up here by those barns. And I'm going to go down to Center City, so I'm going to go on Middle Road. So make your ruler go on Middle Road. Middle Road.
Mine is 2.5.
Whoa.
2.5.
Yeah.
2.5. It's 2.5. It's only 2 inches.
You guys are awesome. Wow. You guys are awesome. You were right. It is 2. And we're going to make a fraction and a half. 2 inches.
Wait, what is that like?
So, I'm going to show you a half. This is a half. I'll write it really big so you can see it.
Oh, it's like on like teaspoons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got 1 in there.
Now,
And 2 miles.
how many miles would that be then?
2. 2.5.
Like 2
3. 2.5.
2.5 miles. Yep.
Mine's John. Mine's 2.25.
It should be 2.5. Ours were all 2.5.
Yeah, isn't there 2 quarters?
No, mine's 2.5.
The 0 would be right there, not at the end of the ruler.
Everybody's is 2.5.
Okay, Mason? Because this is actually, what they should have done is they should have cut that off, but they didn't. See how that 0 should be there?
Yeah, I don't have a 0
Yeah.
on mine. I do.
Yep.
Operation.
And guys, I want to show you something. I know we'll talk about this on rulers, but Mason, he had another really good point. Because, well, mine is a little bit more. But if you look at most rulers, like Mrs. Murphy's, I know you guys can't tell from way back there, but my 0 is here. How come the 0 doesn't start at the very end? Do you know?
But they haven't cut it off yet.
Well, why did they cut it off?
Because there's reasons.
There's some reasons.
Sometimes you want to use the whole entire rule. Everybody, if you don't have a 0, just write a 0.
You could write it on there, but a lot of times you see this end of this ruler after measuring and stuff, it sometimes gets worn down, And so sometimes it doesn't get perfect if you wear it, like if it gets worn down. So a lot of times they move it over in a little bit so that if your ruler gets like wore down, you guys know how you sharpen your pencil and your pencil gets lower and lower?
Yeah.
Not that we sharpen our rulers, but sometimes it just gets worn down and then we don't have a nice end where the zero should be. Okay,
Just because you keep on moving it and it's not going to be like flat.
it's not like flat and perfect. All right,
Mine's not wearing down.
so,
Well, I do have really.
all right, we are going to stop with our math skills for today, so please put it in your desk. Make sure you have this down.